Maybe give me her stream so that I could talk about some things. Um, I'm not Baby, by the way. Baby gave me her stream so I could say my goodbye. Are you guys ever wondering why, like, she's at 2K? Because I gave her my account. Not 2K. She's not, the last number. I gave her my account, so that's why it's like that. So, like, we share the same account, but like, she's gonna stream on here. And you have to be nice to her, or else I'm gonna be upset. Now, this is like supposed to go to my YouTube channel, like Lily Clear. I'm not deleting it. And basically, I'm just gonna talk about like the reasons why I felt it was best to quit. I know I'm not like looking straight at the camera, and that's because like I'd be crying. I am okay. I'm okay. And I already cried earlier, so the reasons why I decided to graduate and not keep my server was because of many factors. The first factor I'm going to talk about, which has been a very big bother in my content career in general since like 2021 to 2022. This has been stuck with me since then because for some reason this person likes to stalk and harass me, and I'm going to expose them today because at first I was gonna just leave it alone. I was gonna leave it alone and let them, like, I talked to them and so forth, but they kept doing this, and I was told not to talk about it before by people, but it's getting to the point where they keep talking about me and spreading false information, and I don't mind the false information from like people saying that I'm like, like the freaking from the lolly situation, because we all know it's not true, but this is something that has been going on for a while, and it's to the point where I even told them, like, if they have such an issue with me, they could come to court with me, and they decide not to go to court. Yeah, this happened even before the more recent stuff. This is a big reason why I wanted to graduate and why I didn't want to continue content creation, because I felt like this person was gonna continue obsessing over me and like continuing to bully me on purpose. So when I first started content creation, I'm gonna tell you some. This is like trigger warning type stuff. And hold on, let me write trigger warning. And this is, I'm going to explain a lot of things that the reasons why I like genuinely do not ever want to stream as Lily Claire again. And so back in like 20, I think it was like 2020, 2021, I was like 16 around this time. I was living with my godmother in Florida, and I had a stepbrother. He had very much sexually harassed and raped me there. When I came back, I was like around 17 at that time from Florida, and I came back. I was very vulnerable. I was mentally not okay. I was worse than I am now mentally, and emotionally really distraught. I was like very vulnerable at that time period. I had just got a computer. And I started stream. I didn't really start streaming. I first started off in the Minecraft community where I joined this creator, and his name is Milk Illusion. And now don't go harassing him, but I am exposing him because he has harassed me for the longest time. Don't harass him. I do not condone harassment. Our community, BB's community, my community, no, I don't care whose community, we do not harass people. We are not harassers. But I will say this person did harass me for the longest time. Their name is Milk Illusion, and they do Minecraft content. I'm not going to show their name of their channel or any of that. I'm just saying their name. Milk Illusion. His name is Milk Illusion. He has been stalking me, harassing me, deeming people that I groomed him for the past 4 years now, and I'm getting tired of it. I have been very not even I've been way too nice to him. I've been way too trying to forgive him, even though he has hurt me. And this has happened for it's coming up to 4 years now, and I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. I do not care anymore. I'm going to tell everybody. At first I wasn't, because if someone stops, they say that they're not going to do something anymore, I trust them. But I don't trust him because this is the second time he has went and did something after promising he wouldn't go and spread false rumors about me that he knows is false. And I'm very tired of it. Very, very tired of it. Oh, a drunk stream? No. So when I was so basically when I was 17, I was in college because I graduated early from high school at 16, and I went into college at 16. I still was in college at 17. And but I took a little brace period because it was kind of lonely because I was the only minor in college. And so during this time I met this dude in his Discord server because I was looking for Minecraft roleplays that I could be a part of. This is when I was really big on Minecraft roleplay. I wanted to be a Minecraft roleplay content creator. I met a lot of fucking virtue signalers and a lot of people that are stuck up in their asshole and think that everything's sweet and dandy, and it was not the community for me. I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna put search for things. I mean, if this stream doesn't have any of this, but I'm just putting it there for classification. Can you guys ban this person? Ban this Caro. I made an announcement, don't joke around. I'm not joking around. Ban this person. It's because this is not a funny situation. It's not, let's go ride cars. Stop talking to me. So basically, thank you, Otter. So basically that happened, and I was ban any. Okay, mods. So if anyone comes in trying to act all silly, I don't care if they give me bitch. Like ban them, ban them, ban them, because it's not funny. This is not funny time. So we're in like school. Yeah, and like we're in the Minecraft community. So I joined the VC. So my first interaction with him was I joined this VC with like a few other like not VTubers, but like Minecraft creators that wanted to also make Minecraft roleplays. I'm not gonna name these people because they weren't like the ones that like were doing the most. And then I made friends quickly with them because I was a girl. It was because I was a woman. During the time span of like I was there for a day. The next day I got into the Minecraft roleplay, which usually for the people that were in there was like a audition, or like they had to wait forever to even be a voice actor. Because I was a girl, I got voice actor in like 3 days. And a lot of people disliked me because of that, because I was lucky, and quotation marks lucky, because I got to be a Minecraft voice actor in this dude's roleplay. And so I got heavily bullied by his community. Like his community, like the people in the roleplay, they would bully me while we're like on set trying to record. Until like we had to record, then they would all get quiet. But like they would bully me and so forth, as in like kind of just like tear me down type stuff. And then after, and I have like all the screenshots. So if he really does want to come after me after this, I have all the screenshots from my old DMs. I have all the screenshots from my new DMs, even the screenshots of what I said in the voice recordings. So that is nothing new. And I'm going to say everything. I'm going to show everything. And I'm going to take it to court. Mainly, that's what I'm going to do. Because if he wants to keep bothering me, I'm going to take him to court and, you know. Yeah, I have everything. I know I'm not fucking wrong. I know I'm not in the wrong. I have nothing to be afraid of because I am correct and I did not lie. Yeah, I think I'll do a police report because I told him that I'm gonna go to the court, or like do a police report if he keeps like harassing me like this. Cause I don't really know what to do in this sense. Cause I have like called the police before on someone that was like harassing me, but like because like they're far, I have to like know like the resident. I don't know where he stays. So I have to like really like do a lot for it, but I will do it because he's putting me in danger. So after basically me getting to know him the first week, I was in a very like weak mindset. Like a lot of people like during the time like when like I was like a very weak mindset. I was like very vulnerable. I was easy to manipulate. I kind of still am. But I was very easy to manipulate back then. A lot of people manipulated me and made me feel like I said, whenever I tell them my feelings, they'd make me feel like I was wrong, and so forth, and like all the other shit. And like it was a lot of bullshit. We were all kids though, so it was like I didn't really think about it. I was still a kid. I was very naive. I was really new to the internet. I did not know anything about the internet. I didn't even know what DDLG meant back then. When I was 17, that was how like new I was to internet terms and like all those like internet thingies. I really didn't know about most of that. The only thing I knew about back then was like Little Space, and that was the most, or like doms and subs. I didn't know anything about like I knew about lollies because everyone called me one, but I didn't know anything about anything else. Like I was very innocent. I didn't know anything. So going into the community, they often made fun of like if I didn't know like computer parts, or if how I pronounce certain words, they'd make fun of me for it. And then he would always like, he was nice to me. So the first thing is that he was very nice to me, and at the time I needed someone nice to me because I had just like, gotten raped by my stepbrother. I was in a very emotionally, like, mentally not okay space. I was emotionally like damaged, mentally. I always doubted myself. I always felt ugly. I was like in a very bad space. And like with him, he would always tell me, I was like, okay. He told me his age was 17. So when I was like 17, he said that he was 17 because I told him my age. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm 17. And I was like, oh cool, we're the same age. And then from the get-go, like first message he sends me, it's him flirting. It's him trying to flirt, and he's oftentimes said that he was joking. So I took all his messages like a joke. So I would joke back. I would be like, okay, this is just a joke. And like he'll send me anime boobs. Sometimes he'd send me lolly pictures, and I would just be like, oh, this is just a joke. Okay, this is whatever. This is whatever. Um, and then yeah, 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 and yeah, yeah, and like when we got to basically after that, like when he got to the point of like I think it was like a week past, he like asked me if like he told me that he liked me. Like he only knew me for a week, guys. This is like how fast he was. He only knew me for a week. And was like, oh yeah, I like you. And I was like, I don't really know you. Like we have to get to know each other. I don't just date anybody. And like and then like that was when he told me that he was like 15. So first off he lied to me about his age. He told me he was 17, and then he told me he was 15. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, like I don't really trust you that much. And like I don't like you. Like I could like in the role play still be like your Minecraft girlfriend. I don't care. It's just a role play, but like I don't really trust you. And at the time period, like around that time, like I was told like if you liked anybody like younger than you, it was bad. So like my like thought process is like, oh, this is terrible if I like even like him because like he's younger. He's 2 years younger than me. And I was like, I don't know, your age is kind of like me. But then I also thought about how like I dated someone when I was like 15 and they were like 17. So I was like, whoa. And like they never were in trouble. Like my mom knew and everything. So I was like, okay, well, this is fine. And like my school knew too. So I was just like, well, this isn't against the law. But I didn't like him. I told him that, and I told him like, yeah, I don't want to date you, right? Like, I'm cool with being your Minecraft girlfriend, but not like your girlfriend. And then after that, that's when he started also engaging in the bullying, like bullying me in his community as well, and being like a little stuck up pussy bitch, and like being like hella mean to me with all his other fans while still having me as a voice actor. But you could tell it was bullying because even in the roleplay, he would bully me while we're roleplaying in his videos. And you could see it if you go to his channel. His channel's name is Milk Legion, and you'll see how he treats me back then. And I did voice act, so I don't sound how I do right now. I don't sound like how I did, like it was voice acting. I sounded way different. So you can see how he treats me in there and like how awkward some scenes are because of the way they were towards me. They were bullying me while we were recording. He was not punished, and that's why I was mentally so fucked up. My stepbrother was never punished. Um yeah, and then after that, like, couple of years, like a year passes. Well, not like a year. So around like my birthday, I did like, we always were together. Like, even when like he would manipulate me, because I was in such a fucked up mind state, I honestly believed that he really cared about me. He was just going through things and that he just needed to like work on himself. And I always believed that he was doing that. So I always forgave him whenever he would do something bad, and he would just tell me it was a joke, even though, you know, now looking at it and I'm older, obviously those aren't jokes, and you don't joke about those things. And when I was younger, I was like, I would always forgive him, even when he would emotionally abuse me, and he would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself because no one loves me, you don't love me, so I'm gonna kill myself, and I have no worth. He would do that to me, where he'd be like, if I didn't love him, or like didn't want to be there, he would want to kill himself, and like just emotionally abuse me, basically. He'd emotionally manipulate the fuck out of me, and like usually would pressure me into doing or saying certain things in his role play, and even his scripts were weird. He would make me say things that I didn't want to say, and even told him this is a bit uncomfortable, and he would still want me to say it. And those were a few things I went through with him during the time I was in his community. And there was times where I did call him out, and every time I called him out, like a lot of people would be upset with him. But then they would still be like, they'd still bully me because they wanted my place as a voice actor. And like, I don't know, it was really weird. It was very weird. Then after all that stuff, all the Minecraft stuff, there's like, after a while, and like my Minecraft friends being assholes, and like just like not really being a good friends to me. And they said I wasn't a good friend because I wasn't there for them. Like, I had Minecraft friends in that community that were the same age as me. A lot of them like ditched me because I wasn't a good friend to them, apparently, because I wasn't like hanging out with them, or like I couldn't like listen to their problems. But like, mind you, mentally I wasn't able to be there for them because I wasn't really mentally okay enough to be there. Also, I was working at some point, and I was taking care of my grandma who was in the hospital. I didn't tell them about my grandma being in the hospital because I was generally really busy. I barely was playing games with them or even online at that point. And I was dating someone from the community as well, and like they just basically deemed me as manipulative because I would tell them about my problems, and they said that I need, like, that they're not my therapist, and that I need to, and that they're my friend. And I was just like, well, if you're my friend, like, I felt like I could trust you because like you're the only people I really have as friends. So like they're like the only people I was really talking to. And like they just kind of like twisted everything I said at the end when they got tired of me venting to them or talking to them when I was depressed. And a big reason why now I have a very hard time talking to people when I'm depressed, or as soon as they like try to speculate me, I get like so depressed and I don't want to speak to them because like I that traumatized the shit out of me. Like me like going to people because I trusted them and they told me I could come to them whenever I was going through something. Um and like a lot of the time, like it was just a really bad friendship. I don't really want to get too much into that, but it was a bad friendship. um and then like we stopped being friends, and then time passes. I become a whole different VTuber, right? I'm a whole different VTuber. My first experience as a VTuber, which is when I was like this other VTuber called Mama Fafiji. My first experience with her, I joined this like little small like little group, VTuber group. I forgot what it was called. Was I got therapy. Yeah, at some point I got like a little bit of therapy, and it did help. Like, I got better mentally. I was stuck on it for a while because it was like correspondence of like right after I got raped. It was then all that stuff happened. But I got some help for it, and like I coped with it, and I was like better. I was better, and I forgot about it, and like I was okay. Yeah, I was okay. And then after that, I got to a point where I started doing. I wanted to be a VTuber, and I like what I said, Mama for Fiji, and I joined this like little small corporate, and it was like it's cool or whatever. The guy was a creep, and like he was also manipulative. He would manipulate me into staying in call with him all the time and want me to like freaking be there 24/7. If I wasn't, he was like always depressed and like telling me like that I can't be in the group if I don't like engage in interacting with the group, even though it's always there. It was just like one time where I was like busy and I couldn't be there, and like that was like the first like VTuber group I joined, and it was scary. They were very weird. I left that and then I became Astro Jelly, which is this other VTuber I made. And I got really popular, and you know how people go and try to clout chase, and like as soon as like I blew up on Twitter, a bunch of people came towards me and was like trying to be my friend and trying to be all friendly and introduce me to their friends. And and this is like when I started joining like the Black community per se. This is when I met like Kyle Lazuli. He was like my first like my first VTuber friend, I would say. And I consider him like a brother. He also made like a post about me and like the recent like lollipop drama about me being like a red flag. Mind you, he was the first person I ever met in the fucking community. When I first became Astro Jelly, like my character, she's like pale, she was albino, just like this son, and she was a jellyfish, and basically he told me that like I should probably like maybe represent like the community. Like basically he was just telling me to represent, and that like it could cause a lot of controversy if people find out that I'm not just like Asian, because for some reason it looked more Asian instead of like Black and Asian. So like he told me like as advice to like be like a like represent Black people. And then so I threw away my $3,000 fucking model because I took that to heart, because I wanted to, because I was like, oh well, my friend told me, and like me being stupid and naive because I was still a kid, I was like, my friend told me like to delete, to represent, and everyone's telling me to represent after I joined like the Black community. So I was just like, I should, I guess. And so I rebranded as Jelly Kelly, which is this other VTuber I was after Astro Jelly. And no one supported me. Like all the people that were supporting Astro Jelly, like there's like a lot of people that supported me when it was Astro Jelly. They left and no one supported me besides like a few Black VTubers, and all they said was hi. They don't actually come to your streams. They just say hi unless like you're freaking growing somehow, then they'll actually come and talk to you, but none of those people talked to me. They weren't really my real friends either. During the time span of me being in the VCs with them, a lot of the time, unless like until I started showing my face to them and how like pretty I was, they were like literally fake, two-faced. They oftentimes talked shit about me behind my back, but acted nice to me. And then as soon as and like they were like oftentimes they're like, yeah, you should do this, you should do that, but they never come and support. It was really weird, and it was really like it was very eye-opening to like how people really were gonna treat me in that community. And like it was most of them. And I'm not saying I hate Black people. I love my Black folk, but the Black VTuber community, at least the one that I was in, was not cool. They were haters and two-faced and super sexual all the damn time. As for like, yeah, and if you like sounded different, like you're just like weird to them. Yeah, like most of the time, like I couldn't like I oftentimes tried to raise my voice, because anytime I would meet someone from that community that wasn't like just chill, they would like make fun of my voice for being too high pitched. So like I would try to like sound deeper. I would try to be like them and talk more like them so that I could fit in. And all I really wanted, which is why, like, I say I'm a pushover a bit back then, because all I really wanted was to make friends and for people to, like, actually be nice to me for once. But basically, after, like, all the bullshit, the fake people and the fake friends, and just people constantly wanting to get in my pants in that community, and sexually sexualizing me. And mind you, like, my like my black model was more lolly presenting. I never called myself a lolly, but it was a lolly. And like, people still sexualize me. People still are like, oh yeah, yeah, I want to fuck you. Cause like whenever I showed them my face, then it was like, oh yeah, let's get sexual. Or like if they heard my voice, and sometimes, oh yeah, let's get sexual. It was really like that. And then I started like making friends with like bigger VTube black VTubers. And then as soon as like, so Milk, again back to Milk Illusion, he goes and makes a tweet, no evidence, no screenshots, no nothing, about me being a pedophile and a groomer. He says that I freaking go and like ask to meet up with him, which I've never done. Actually, the whole situation with him saying I asked to meet up with him was him asking to join me and my friends at the time, when I was inviting my friends to not like I wanted to go to Six Flags with them, and I was like, you guys want to go to Six Flags? My like 17-year-old and up friends. I was asking them, and then he wanted to invite himself and was like, oh, can I come too? And I was even asking him, like, I was like, you're a little bit younger than us. Would your mom be okay with that? Like, and like he was like, yeah, my mom's gonna be okay with it. Like, I was like, I still don't think so. And like he tried to invite himself. I never invited him to anywhere. That was really weird. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're very judgmental. They're very judgmental, but he made the post on Twitter, and then this girl, her name is Rain. I'm also exposing her because she lied about me a lot and spread a lot of nasty things about me, even though we were friends. Her name was Rain, or Rain something. Rain. She's a black content creator. And like I met her through one of my friends, and then I introduced her to my friends, and then she goes and spreads this misinformation to all my friends. And then everybody that said that they would hear me out when if anything happened, or if anything bad was to go down, everybody then fucking ignored the shit out of me, outcasted me, kicked me from servers, and just all that, just from a post that had no evidence. It was just him saying that I groomed him and that I was like a pedophile. But mind you, I was 17 and he was 15 from my knowledge. And like I didn't do anything. I didn't show him no nudes. He sent me a nude, bro, back then, and I did not look at it. I told him, I knew he sent me it because he told me, and I was all like, oh. And at the time, like, you know how guys are like insecure about their peepees. I'm not gonna go and tell someone like your peepees dog. I just told him like, yeah, that's cool. And then I just like moved on. I never sent him a picture of any of my genitals because it's weird. The most I sent him was like a picture of my shoulders, and again, we were both kids. And then what was that? Like after all of that happened, like he went after like people exiling me and outcasting me and like trying to say that I was like this and this and that, and everybody like switching up on me super fast in like the black VTuber community and saying that I had like pedophile tendencies because like they knew I wasn't a pedophile. They were saying I had pedophile tendencies because I was like older, like a 2-year age gap, which to be honest, 2-year age gaps aren't illegal. People don't like the age gaps, but that isn't illegal, nor is it wrong. We were both minors, and even for the Romeo and Juliet law, a lot of people try to bring that up to me. I've never had sex with him because I've never met him. I've never met him in my life. I never met him, nor did I want to have sex with him. I just liked him. All I told him was that I liked him. At one point when I was like, and again, the mindset really does. The mindset, like, people like try to ignore the fact that I told them that like I was in a very vulnerable place. I was easy to manipulate. I really was, because I was pressured into a lot of things during the time of being his friend, and like, I just thought he really cared about me, and that's all I really wanted, was someone that, like, a friend, or just someone that cared about me, because in general I didn't really like people younger than me anyways, because it always scared me, because people are like, I did see, like, growing up, like, videos of, like, minors, like, going and, like, ruining someone's life on purpose just because they are, like, petty or ignorant, and, like, I've seen that, and it did scare me. So I was just like, like, I didn't really like want to date him for a while. Like, I would tell him I like you, but like I don't really want to date you. And then there was like a time period where I was like, I guess like maybe I could date him, and like all that. But I was like, even then, like, I wanted to ask his mom for permission. I even told him, like, and I did know his mom. Like, I did know his mom. I've called his mom before, to talk about like the situation and everything. When he did post the stuff about me on Twitter, I called his mom with this other girl, and like I told her the whole situation. I told her my side, and I told her exactly what her son did and what I did, and I showed her everything. I didn't leave out anything. I'm not sneaky like that. I wanted to know if I really did something wrong, and so I told her everything. And like, she said I did nothing wrong. She said that she has like an age gap between her and her husband, and like there were like, and that like she's like dated people that like there was like age gaps between her and her like stuff. I'm not really gonna talk about his mom like that, but like, she said I didn't do anything wrong, and like I trust the mom more than the fucking son. So I was like, okay. And she was like, all she wanted me to do, because I, at that time period, I did make a doc having, like, all the screenshots of everything that he said and everything I said. And that's where, like, people were calling, like, people did believe me. There's people that believed me, and then there was people that were, like, saying I had, like, pedophile tendencies and, like, bringing up, like, the Romeo and Juliet law because of the 2-year age gap. And I was just like, well, it doesn't apply to me, because Romeo and Juliet law is for people that are like, under the age, that are having sex, like have a 3-year age gap. And even then, like, that, I wasn't doing any of that. So I just didn't really understand where people were getting that from. And then after that, like, after that whole situation, and like I debunked it, even after debunking, people still have their opinions, obviously, right? I moved on. He said that he was never gonna do it again. He apologized to me. He sent me a doc of an apology of what he was saying. And then I moved on, and I just rebranded as a new VTuber. I didn't have to deal with him for a while. Then he comes back, and like, he comes back this year, like early this year. He tells me sorry again for like the way he said sorry in his first sorry. He tells me sorry for saying that I was a pedophile and I groomed him, and that it shouldn't have been done publicly, and that he should have done this and that. And I have this screenshot. So, like, if he ever does try to rebuttal, I will post it. But, like, he says that, like, oh, yeah, like, I'm sorry for this, sorry for that, like, I shouldn't have done that, like, you didn't deserve that. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, can we be, like, we don't have to be friends, so I just want to be on cool grounds with you. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't want to be friends with you, but like, I don't care. Like, he's a minor. I didn't really want to talk to him. I just was trying to like, I was just being like, I just accepted his apology. Basically, I accepted his apology, and then I let it go, and then coming up to the drama with like lollipops and stuff and all the drama that came with it, and when everybody was harassing us and like, and also, by the way, I'm explaining like all the reasons. This is all the reasons why I graduated, why I didn't want to do content as a creator or content anymore, and what almost like led me to like lose all my passion for content creation. This is just me telling you guys all of it. And then when the lollipop drama happened and like everybody was calling like me a pedophile, calling the other post pedophiles and other vile terms, and just like not really looking into the situation very much, very much, so sorry, I was looking at the chat and I was confused what you guys talking about. But, even after all that, and then with the drama with all the other stuff, I get like someone tells me that he texts someone that, you know, involved in the drama on the opposite side, you know, the harassing side, that I was a groomer and a pedophile after apologizing to me again and saying that I did all these vile things to him. So I go to his server and I'm like, if you want to keep saying something, we could go to court because you keep saying and bringing this stuff up. Like, I do know your mom's number and I will call her and I will go to court with y'all. And then he goes and he's like, I get it. And then he DMs me because he doesn't want me to talk about it in the server. And he says like he's sorry again. And he tries to say that I was wrong though because he was like, he says that he's 14. And I was like, okay, so now you're saying you were 14 at the time when you told me you were 15. So at the end of the day, it really isn't my fault because you keep lying about your age, right? So he was like, oh yeah, but it's just wrong to like someone 3 years younger. And I was just like, that's minor type that's like fucking minor type headspace. Like, it is not wrong to like someone 3 years younger. It's wrong to have sexual interaction, like sexual like intercourse or stuff with someone 3 years younger and you're an adult. Yeah, so he tells me he's 14 now at like when he told me he was 15 at first. So then he's going around. I'm like, well, nigga, you didn't tell me you were 15. You didn't tell me you were 14. You told me you were 15. That's 2-year age gap. That's what I'm thinking. So that means you're lying to me, not the other way around. Yeah, I was 17. He was 15. And then from my knowledge, that's what I thought the whole time until like now, obviously, because 2024. This is when he texted me, and he was all like, yeah, well, like, it's just wrong. Everyone in my like that's around me thinks it's wrong. I'm like, that's because you hang out with Minecraft role players who virtue signal everything. But if it was them and it's who they like, it's okay if it's 2 years younger. Like, yeah, so he riles up the situation, telling people in their DMs that I'm a groomer and a pedophile. And then I'm sitting here and I was like, well, didn't you apologize? Like, don't go and apologize to me if you aren't sorry. Like, if you truly believe that I groomed you, like, we could go to court. Like, I did not groom you. And then I go and I explain to him what grooming means. I send him a picture of the definition of grooming, right? And he says, I'm sorry, I guess I didn't know what grooming meant. I guess I got it wrong. I was honestly just joking around because I already knew these people didn't like you, so I was just playing around. Huh? You play around with someone's livelihood? You play around with someone's, like, whole identity? and say and lie and say that I was grooming someone when you know I wasn't doing that shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, okay, I won't say anything, but no, that I like thought it over, and I've been thinking about this since I DM'd him, and I was like, I'm gonna report, like, I'm gonna take you to court. And I've been thinking about it since then, about like what I should do, if I should say something, or if I shouldn't, or if I should wait if he tries to go on the internet again. But I was like, hell no, I'm not waiting for this shit. I'm gonna fucking say something, because it's to the point where it's like general harassment. He's generally harassing me, and I told him that. And he was like, yeah, I was a pretty shitty person. I did pressure you into lying. And he admits all that. He just like continuously tried to say that it was wrong of me because he was like a minor. And I was like, first off, you lied to me, and then second off, we only had a 2-year age gap. Like, my brain isn't more developed than yours, and you weren't that stupid. You even mocked me for being stupid when you were younger than me. You made fun of me because I wasn't that smart, and you kept saying I wasn't in college because I wasn't smart enough. That's what he did when he was bullying me. He made fun of my intelligence. I'm just like, no way are you trying to say that you're dumb now when you often made fun of me and tried to say I was dumb back then. Did you tell his mother about this? No, it just recently happened. What I told his mother about was the old situation when he first went to Twitter and actually wrote about it on Twitter. Well, I haven't told his mom about the recent stuff because because last time I told his mom, like, she said she was gonna keep him in check. Apparently she can't keep her kids in check because her kid keeps trying to talk shit about me on the internet. And mind you, he don't get whippings. He don't get any of that. He is very spoiled. He would lie to me back then saying that his mom doesn't feed him, that his mom doesn't let him eat, that he doesn't get fed. Mind you, this boy, like, not even body shaming, this boy is overweight. And like, he has his stuff that he needs to work on. And he's saying that his mom does not feed him, that his little sister gets all the food. And that's what he was telling me when we were back then, when we were friends, when I thought he was 15. Well, at first I thought he was 17 because that's what he first told me. But then, and then that's what I thought. And like, he was telling me all of this. And I'm gonna tell his mom after stream. I'm gonna tell his mom. I just have to find her number again. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was like, you think a lie is funny? Like, that's not funny. You're lying about something very serious that ruins people's lives. And he was all like, yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do it. I won't talk about it to anybody. I won't be going in people's DMs anymore. But I don't trust him, so that's why he's getting exposed right now. And I'm gonna show his YouTube channel. I don't care anymore. Okay, go to a lawyer and send him a cease. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I would rather sue him though, because like he generally kept coming after me and kept spreading false information about me. It was terrible. And I had to deal with this since like 2021, and it just kept happening. He riled up the fucking situation with the lollipop stuff in secret, which, mind you, that's really fucked up because I truly believe that he was sorry and that he improved, because he was telling me like how he's trying to be a better person, just to find out that he's still a shitty fucking bitch and he's still doing all this shitty stuff to me. And so, and then like, obviously with the fucking shit people were saying about my child during the lollipop like fucking drama, like that also burned me over the edge. Like, people like saying I was gonna do sexual stuff, or saying that I should lose custody of my child. Like, first off, this is the most happiest thing that like the thing that is so like the most happiest thing that ever happened to me This is the best thing that has ever happened to me, getting pregnant and having a daughter. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And the fact that I can't even share it with people on the internet because they're so fucking oblique and miserable and want to make everybody else miserable is so astonishing. Because I was so happy. I wanted to share it with everybody that I loved and that I thought loved me too. And to come out with people going around and talking about, oh, like, I don't think her child's gonna be safe with her. I'm like, that really destroyed me. Like my heart broke so bad when people were going around talking about like my parenting when I haven't even I'm not even a parent yet. I'm still holding the baby. Mind you, if I actually attempted to kill myself, as in like I did attempt to kill myself, I did in fact hurt myself. But I didn't go through with it fully because, you know, I'm pregnant and I want to keep my baby. I do love my child. But mind you, if I did go through with it fully, I would have died. And on top of that, all those people that were coming after me would have been murderers. And they would have been a baby murderer as well. So, like, I don't think people really take into consideration what their words can do. But, like, all these people trying to act like they're trying to protect my baby. If I killed myself that day that I wanted to, they would have been murderers, like, straight up. Like, don't ever try to act like you weren't, because they were. I already said I don't want people to be harassed in the beginning. But I will make a warning in the beginning for YouTube. Yeah. Because we don't condone harassment, but I am gonna tell everybody like this is the person who has been harassing me for the past like 3 years and has been talking shit about me and spreading false narrative. Like, even my old friends, like, even if they think I was like manipulative just because I was depressed and I was telling them about my feelings and like they didn't like the way I talked about it, like, that was not manipulation. But like, you know, everyone has different perspective, you know. I'm not gonna judge them for it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be safe. Yeah, there's gonna be a YouTube bot of this. This is why I wanted to share to YouTube, because he genuinely has been fucking with me for too long, and like it's been to the point where like I like had nightmares. Not nightmares of going to jail, nightmares of killing myself, nightmares of dying. That is like how bad it got. What happened to the father of the child? Okay, as you guys know, I am actually the baby has a father. There is a lot of people saying that I need to get a baby daddy, as like that never fucking phased me when all the drama was going on, because the father is in the life and I do live with the father. I live with the father. He is there. He is in my baby's life and we are engaged. We are engaged. We're gonna get married. And he does help as much as he can, you know. We're kind of like poor. Like, we're not well off. We're poor. But the father is there, you know. He is there, and he's been with me through it all, and like he's also a good reason why I've been able to handle all this. Obviously, when he's at work, like he can't really help. But like he's been a big part of the reason why I can go through all this and still stand today. But at the time period of me attempting, no, that was like generally me. Like I was bleeding. I was in pain. I was very much like people sexualizing my kid, saying that I'm gonna do nasty things to my child. That was never okay. That was not okay. People calling me child porn, like people going and like wishing ill intent on my family that hasn't even started. That was just so disgusting to like just see. Like, and I wish I could call out, like, I don't, hold on, actually, like, call out all the people that have talked ill about my family and like ill about like ill about my pregnancy just because they don't like lollies. It was astonishing how many people, like, if they were in my situation, like, the people that were also like, yeah, I know you 4chaners be talking shit about me, like, all the 4chaners that were like, oh, she's smoking weed, I'm like, please, go through the situation with, if you be in my shoes, go through the situation, and you would want to smoke weed too. Like, it's not gonna harm the fucking baby. Like, the baby's gonna be fine. And if you're a guy, like, I seriously don't want to hear it because you have a penis. You do not have the, like, unless you have, like, the body dysmorphia of where you could carry eggs, you can't even produce babies. Like, please. Like, all you do is give the baby. You don't even have to fucking carry it. Like, I don't want to hear diddle squat. Like, that person keeps like, that person could catch these hands too. And I see you on 4chan. Next time I see you on 4chan talking about me, I'm gonna say something. And I'm gonna come for you. And I am gonna say something on 4chan. I'm gonna say something to you. And I know who you are. So stop hiding behind your keyboard warrior. I know who you are. I mean, some of us know about the Twitter space. Oh yeah, that Twitter space with all the black VTubers that were in it, that were like talking smack. Yeah, that had me, that was nasty. Did I close my Discord? Yeah. My Discord's no longer. Like, I'm actually graduated, you guys. I'm not coming back. This is just a goodbye. This is just to explain everything that happened. Yeah, the lolly debate space. The person at Uwo that keeps fucking clowning on my name and talking about me smoking weed while I'm pregnant. Like, please. Please, you're being annoying. You're annoying and you're miserable and you need to seek therapy. And it's not me being insulting. It's genuine. You need to seek therapy because if you think it's okay to go and talk about someone while they're pregnant and you're so-called trying to be a warrior, like you're trying to protect my child, you're not protecting my kid. Yeah, BB has my Twitch channel. BB's gonna be streaming on here. She's gonna be representing. She's gonna represent. She's an awesome kid. She's safe for work though, and she's cool. She's gonna be representing. She's a cool VTuber though. She's into like Ryona, like Yaku Ryona, and she does like Seiso Plus content as well. Like Seiso Plus as in like she's a little chaotic. She might curse a bit, but she's like safe for work. She doesn't do anything. Yeah, I hated that too. Like that person going around like she's smoking, she's pregnant, and like they're going to like every freaking platform. They even sussed BB. I was just like, bro, shut up! Like you're so annoying. Why are you so mad that I smoked weed while I'm pregnant? It's not even your kid. Were you in love with me? Is that why you're so mad that I'm smoking weed? You think it's your kid? Like if it's not your kid, stop crying about it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that I hate that person. I hope they eat a rock or something. So mean. But yeah, that was generally all of it. Mainly the freaking guy that keeps talking about me like being a groomer when I'm not. That is mainly the big part of why I was just like, I'm done. Like, I've suffered enough. Like, I genuinely have suffered. I have not found, like, until, like, obviously Lollipop, I have not found, like, genuine friends. Like, genuine best friends until I met them. and like people that aren't judging me or trying to change shit about me. Besides like one black VTuber who's also my best friend, but like other than them. Thank you. I miss you guys too. I think about you every day. I might do a TikTok. I'll do TikTok. You guys get to see real life me. I'll tell you my TikTok. BB server. But when you're in BB server, you must worship BB because I never liked it when people would go on my server and be like, oh, what's Bambi up to? Like, I hate that shit. Like, please do not do that. That is so fucking annoying. None of us like it. No one likes it. No content creator likes that. I'm gonna be real. No content creator likes when you do that. So, like, please be respectful and, honor the VTuber that you're there for. Like, you're gonna love her. She's so cool. Yeah, the meat gremlin. The meat gremlin. I wonder what they like. They like meat. BB likes meat and she likes she likes to be funny. And she secretly is a sub, but she won't tell anybody because she's silly like that. But don't tell her I told you. Don't tell anybody. She likes raw human meat, especially. You forgot the human part. She ate your hand. What the Sigma? Yes! Use TikTok! What the Sigma? Yeah, she's like, no, I'm dominant. And then as soon as like a guy comes up that's like a guy or a woman, she's like, hey, mommy, daddy. She's a sub. And she's a sub. Yeah, financially I'm not like the best. But I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that my baby will have the best life. Like I like people really like the things people were saying really did make me sad because it was just like I didn't have like a good childhood. I don't want my kid to go through anything bad. So I graduated not because I don't like VTubing, not because I honestly almost hated it, but like not because I just didn't want to be a VTuber, but because I was like, no one's gonna fucking harass my kid. No one's gonna harass me while I'm having my kid. No one's gonna ruin like my happy day of like giving birth and like my pregnancy and like how happy I am during my pregnancy, because it's like this is something very like it's a special time. It's not supposed to be like what people were making it. And like that's why it really irked me when it was all going down, because I was just like, everyone's just acting like the main focuses are like people like just targeting us. I'm like, y'all forget that I'm pregnant and that like y'all are really just coming after me and stressing me out. So if I have a miscarriage and then I kill myself, y'all would be a murderer. I don't care. They're all murderers. Because if I lose my child, my first kid, like if I lose my first kid, because it was a miracle that I got pregnant in the first place, because I was not supposed to be able to give birth. I was like not supposed to, because like of some very personal things I won't talk about, but like I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids. And so when I got pregnant, I was really surprised. And I was like, well, like I really like want this child, like, because I did think about it, because I was like, well, am I mentally ready to have a kid. Mentally, I still need to work on it, but I mentally would not be able to handle not having it either. So I was like, I'd rather have it because, like, she could be so cute, pretty. Baby can give updates. I know she's cool with that because she even put me on her throne. I think she's cool with it. It's just like make sure you keep like her server about her. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Children give meaning to life, and like she's like my meaning, and like I always I've been feeling really depressed and suicidal, and sometimes like she makes me happier. Like I have to like think about her, and she makes me happier. Okay, I gotta go, you guys. I'll be back later. Bye bye. Thank you. That was all the reasons.